There is a number that changes everything. A number with a few zeros, but not a very large one. It is not the kind of number you see in retirement accounts, investment portfolios, or the net worth calculations of people who seem to have noticed something you have not. It is a small number, and for most people, it is the hardest number to save. $1,000. $1,000 is not a fortune. In the context of a lifetime of financial decisions, it is almost nothing. For most people, it is a meaningless small amount, but for some, it carries enormous significance. The first $1,000 saved does something that subsequent thousands cannot. It changes your relationship with money. It changes the way you make decisions. It changes what is possible. It is proof of what you can do. And most people never save it, not because they cannot, but because no one has ever explained to them why it matters so much and what it actually does. Welcome to 5-Minute Money. This channel breaks down powerful, practical, and motivating insights about money. In just 5 minutes, you'll learn something that can help you think smarter and do better with money. If you find value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Now, let's continue. The first thing $1,000 does is remove you from the category of people who are one unexpected bill away from crisis. This is not a metaphor. It is like a spare tire or a needed charger. If you do not have spare cash for an unexpected need, you will inevitably have to borrow or use credit, and you will pay interest on a problem that would have cost you nothing extra with a small buffer in place. Once you have $1,000, these situations will still be inconvenient, but they can no longer destabilize you because you have money saved as a reserve. The second thing it does is change your relationship with risk. People without buffers cannot afford to take risks, financial, professional, or personal. You cannot leave a bad job if you have nothing to fall back on. You cannot say yes to an opportunity that costs something upfront if there is no margin. The buffer creates optionality. And optionality, the ability to choose rather than simply react, is one of the most undervalued forms of financial wealth there is. The third thing is psychological. The first $1,000 teaches you something that cannot be taught any other way, that you are someone who saves. Before you have done it, saving feels like something other people do. People with higher incomes, fewer expenses, better circumstances. After you have done it, the identity shifts. You have evidence. You are not trying to become a saver. You are one. And that identity change drives every financial behavior that follows. The fourth thing is momentum. Money saved has a different psychological weight than money spent. When you save $1,000 in your account, your spending habits change. You become less willing to reduce that amount. You become more motivated to maintain and increase it. A savings account is no longer an abstract concept, and it is a real thing with a real number with which you have a real relationship. Momentum in personal finance does not happen automatically, but once it starts, it is surprisingly difficult to stop because those numbers belong to you. They are not borrowed from somewhere. The fifth thing is that the first $1,000 teaches you the mechanism. You learn where the money is hiding in your budget. You learn which expenses are truly necessary and which are simply habits. You learn that the gap between income and spending is something you can control, at least partially, regardless of how modest your income is. You learn about income and expense balance and how to manage it. This knowledge is not theoretical. It is gained through the real practice of saving and applies to every financial goal you pursue thereafter. None of this requires earning more. The first $1,000 is almost never a function of income. Research consistently shows that saving behavior is largely independent of income level across most income ranges. People earning twice as much do not save twice as much. The variable is not income, it is decision. The decision to treat saving as a fixed expense rather than whatever is left over after everything else. The most effective method is automation. Pay the savings account first before the spending begins. Even a small fixed amount transferred automatically on payday removes the decision from the equation entirely. The decision has already been made. The money moves before you have the opportunity to redirect it. $1,000. It is the financial equivalent of learning to stand before you walk. It does not take you far on its own, but without it, everything that comes after is unstable. And with it, everything that comes after is built on something real.